lot of it was I was taking Dr. Catherine Johnson's Native American history class. And so it was just an assignment that she put out, and we all had the opportunity to get our posters out there, and even further, some of us had the opportunity to publish that to NMU archives. And so a lot of it was looking at old newspapers that were published by the tribe themselves, especially up here in the Midwest. It was called the Anishinaabe News, and that ran, I think, until the early 80s. But most of my research focused on papers from the 70s because that was the height of the American Indian movement's activism. So a lot of it focused on the American Indian movement's activism and the other activism from other groups that was spurred on by that activism. I think what's really important is to understand that a lot of what we know about Native American history is very flat and two-dimensional. And so I think when understanding Native American history and Native American struggles, it's very important to come at it with an open mind and with the idea that what I've been told may not be exactly what happened, especially when it came to repatriation. The levels of social violence carried out against indigenous Americans are much higher and much more frequent than I think the average person fully understands, especially the cultural ramifications on those people, I think, are very important to consider. If you would allow me to share something here that I find critical. This was in 1972. This was in St. Ignace. 52 skeletons exposed to view in one grave. This is an excerpt from the Anishinaabe News. It says, "Ancient Indian bones, prophet, white Michigan landowner." That was St. Ignace in the 70s. That is local. And essentially what happened was they were doing some construction. The bulldozer uncovered all of these Native American remains, and they were pushed into a pit on display like objects for many, many years. And you could go to that pit and you could pay the person who was now living on that land to go look at these remains. It's an awful, awful thing. And I think if people knew more, especially locally, about the levels of violence that have been carried out against Native Americans, then they would be much more likely to be more concerned with Native American sovereignty as a whole.
Yeah, that's why I had no idea about that one.
It's really a tragedy.
Why don't more people know about that? That one seems crazy.
We don't get taught about it in school, and it's not stressed. And I'm concerned about it now. Yeah, I think that's something about understanding history that is really important, that things are not static. What we are experiencing now, because we don't live hundreds of years, we can't look back into the past and say, oh, this was then, now is now. Things have changed so much. Things have changed so much. And still, because now is now, we look at the world around us and we go, okay, this is peak. And that's just not how things work. So a lot of what I'm trying to achieve with this poster is just being able to say, we still have more to go. We still can improve the situation of repatriation.